All the Bible verses about corn. Psalm 65, 13. 13. The meadows are covered with flocks and the valleys are mantled with grain, they shout for joy and sing. Mark 4, 28. 28. All by itself the soil produces grain, first the stalk, then the head, then the full kernel in the head. Genesis 41, 49. 49. Joseph stored up huge quantities of grain, like the sand of the sea. It was so much that he stopped keeping records because it was beyond measure. Deuteronomy 33, 28. 28. So Israel will live in safety, Jacob will dwell 51 secure in a land of grain and new wine, where the heavens drop dew. Ezekiel 27, 17. 17. Judah and Israel traded with you, they exchanged wheat from Minnith and confections, 49. Honey, olive oil, and balm for your wares. Ruth 2, 14. 14. At mealtime Boaz said to her, come over here. Have some bread and dip it in the wine vinegar. When she sat down with the harvesters, he offered her some roasted grain. She ate all she wanted and had some left over. 1 Samuel 17, 17. 17. Now Jesse said to his son David, take this ephah 52 of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread for your brothers and hurry to their camp. 1 Samuel 25, 18. 18. Abigail acted quickly. She took 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 dressed sheep, 5 seahs 68 of roasted grain, 100 cakes of raisins and 200 cakes of pressed figs, and loaded them on donkeys. 2 Samuel 17, 28. 28. Brought bedding and bowls and articles of pottery. They also brought wheat and barley, flour, and roasted grain, beans and lentils, 50. 2 Samuel 17, 19. 19. His wife took a covering and spread it out over the opening of the well and scattered grain over it. No one knew anything about it. Joshua 5, 12. 12. The manna stopped the day after 9 they ate this food from the land, there was no longer any manna for the Israelites, but that year they ate the produce of Canaan. Judges 15, 5. 5. Lit the torches and let the foxes loose in the standing grain of the Philistines. He burned up the shocks and standing grain, together with the vineyards and olive groves. Matthew 12, 1. 1. At that time Jesus went through the grain fields on the Sabbath. His disciples were hungry and began to pick some heads of grain and eat them. Exodus 22, 6. 6. If a fire breaks out and spreads into thorn bushes so that it burns shocks of grain or standing grain or the whole field, the one who started the fire must make restitution. Deuteronomy 23, 25. 25. If you enter your neighbor's grain field, you may pick kernels with your hands, but you must not put a sickle to their standing grain. Psalm 72, 16. May 16th. Grain abound throughout the land, on the tops of the hills may it sway. May the crops flourish like Lebanon and thrive 135 like the grass of the field. Hosea 14, 7. 7. People will dwell again in his shade, they will flourish like the grain, they will blossom like the vine. Israel's fame will be like the wine of Lebanon. John 12, 24. 24. Very truly I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Genesis 41, 5. 5. He fell asleep again and had a second dream, 7 heads of grain, healthy and good, were growing on a single stalk.